On an outer space adventure, they got hit by cosmic rays, and the four would change forever in some most fantastic ways. No need to fear, they're here. Just call the four. Fantastic Four. Don't need no more. Oh, Reed Richards is elastic. Sue can fade from sight. Johnny is the Human Torch, and the Thing just loves to fight. Just call the four. Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four.
Welcome to the first episode of the Comic Crypt podcast, where me and some friends are gonna explore old comic books, and today's subject is about the Fantastic Four. I'll introduce the rest of the panel. I am the Holy Ninja, and here are the rest of the panel, starting with...
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire.
If you abuse me, honey, don't use me. I'll let you alone. Oh, baby, something wrong.
Much like Dalmatians killing your mother. Oh, yeah. Okay, so next is gonna be the person who kills Optimus Prime.
You know, it's a minor qualm. It's definitely not a deal breaker or anything like that.
No, it is clear that I have defeated you in intellectual combat. Hand over your channel and your ass.
But Chubby, why can't you talk about a female figure without talking about her titties? I'm a Puritan from the 1400s.
Yes.
We don't have Jobby with us.
Damn it!
we have to be honest.
Well, okay, and then, of course, the last person who's currently at work, so this is going to be interesting, but of course, we need a group of four to deal with the Fantastic Four, and of course, we need the best member.
Have you ever heard of a man named Shar Aznable? Now, well, I, Quattro Vagina, am not Shar Aznable. I heard that he was a pretty good man.
Pretty good name.
Yeah.
That is true.
Shar
Aznable. He has very cropped hair. He has a six-pack. He gets all the women.
He would never be
sucks.
All right, so before we get into the main topic, Changis, get ready for the slideshow.
Okay.
I just wanted to just do some brief introductions. If not, can you just mute yourself and then unmute when you're... Thank you.
I'll be right back.
Of course. I just wanted to get... I just love it. It's just as we were doing recording. Oh, yeah, I need to get back. This is the first episode, and it's a ultra private stream. I'm not... So, just getting the kinks out. Anyway.
That was the first mistake for making it private. Everyone should be witnessing this glorious moment.
Unfortunately, most of them was probably with Micah. Being a weeb.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being a weeb, so...
Yeah, but anyway, so... I just wanted to go over about what our personal experience with comic books are, old and new. And also I want to go over the point of this podcast. The point of this podcast is us trying to look at comic book storylines or comic book runs of characters that most people know of in some way, like Fantastic Four, for example. Everybody has heard the Fantastic Four. Everybody has heard of Captain America, especially now more than ever. Same with Ghost Rider. But when it comes to actual storylines, not a lot of people actually know about them. And of course, this gives us time to go into the bizarre stories too, like today's comic. So I'm going to start with you, Nott. What has been your experience with comic books?
Well, I could say about the earliest was around 8. I started reading trade issues of Spider-Man, like, most kids, because he was the fairly well-known superhero. Because, to be honest, he had most of the well-known media. But it's like... And then around that time, I started to branch out into other Marvel properties, such as Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor. But my favorite was always the Fantastic Four. And that was because I always enjoyed the very sort of family Robinson escapades of a team of superheroes who really didn't just do one thing. They did a lot of things. At one minute they could be at the center of the earth trying to resolve an issue. The next minute they could be in space.
All right.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to continue. Could you just finish up?
Oh, yeah. And of course, from Marvel, I moved on to DC. I've read Batman, Superman. Well, my first comic book I've ever read of DC was Justice League International. So I was much familiar at the time with characters like the Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Guy Gardner's version of the Green Lantern.
Okay, I'm back. And with food.
Oh,
Nice. All right. Let's go with you, Changis. What is your experience with comic books?
What is my experience with comic books? Well,
and we're including manga in this.
Well, see, then there's the thing. My experience with comic books is very limited. I was more of an animation guy, but only now, really recently, have I been starting to get into more comics and manga. The first comics though that I was reading, though it was like around high school. It was the IDW Transformer comics, and I was reading them. I was reading, I think at the time there was like Morton Meets the Eye and Robots in Disguise. So I was reading those comics, and then I went back and I read some of the older comics. I read like All Hail Megatron and all that. So, and I stuck with the IDW Transformers comics from its peak to its eventual downfall. But I stuck with it, and then after that, I started dipping my toes a little bit into some manga. The first manga I ever completely finished was Demon Slayer, because I really enjoyed the anime. I was like, oh, this is a really good anime. I want to read the manga. Oh, this is a pretty good manga. I'm gonna finish the thing. And then after that, I've been trying to get my. Then after that, for a while, I was dedicating my time to reading some good old fashioned Ken Ishikawa with Get a Robo, and I took a little break to read some Mazinger stuff from Godagai, and then that's pretty much it. And then really, the most recent comic I read was this one that we're covering today.
Nice. All right, Xeno Nick, or Spider Xeno.
So,
what's your history with comic books?
So, almost every day when I was like 5 to 6, maybe even 7 years old, I would always wear a Spider-Man costume. All the time. And basically, just if you're a fan of Spider-Man, I feel like you're always gonna be destined to at least read the comics, and then read more comics, and then just devote your entire deal with comics, and then fall out of love with comics due to modern writing techniques and stuff.
Shenanigans. You can just... Yeah. Is that it? Is that all you want to say?
I guess.
All right. So my history with comic books. Spider-Man, of course, was my first comic. My dad used to collect a bunch of Spider-Man. He had these black and white trade paperbacks, and I read a bunch of them. There was a big picture my family has that always goes back, where it was me in a Spider-Man outfit holding a Thomas the Tank Engine bag in front of a train table. Oh no! And we lost Nott. No.
No.
Oh no! What happened to Johnny Storm? But yeah. So like that was pretty much my childhood, right? And then in middle school, that was when I got into my dad's collection of comics, the leftover comics that he collected when he was collecting comic books back in the 80s. So that's when I really got into X-Men and, of course, Spider-Man and Spider-Man team-ups, and even my love of Moon Knight spawned from that time. But two other major things that happened before middle school, but I will also finish up like during middle school. This is when I kind of delve into the history of comic books and comic book characters through Wikipedia and the internet. So that's where most of my knowledge comes from just absorbing it from internet culture. But the two comic books that I actually personally owned, the first one was given to me as a Thanksgiving gift, which was the first volume of Batman, of Detective Comics, when Batman first appeared, so Golden Age stuff. And then the first one that I earned by doing schoolwork was the Fantastic Four, the first 12 issues in a Masterworks. So, like, Fantastic Four does have a place in my heart. Like, while they're not, like, my favorite superhero team, they're always there. Like, I love the Fantastic Four cartoon. I played the movies. Like, of course, other media is, like... And then, of course, reading comic books now. More recently, I've been getting into manga a lot more, and also getting back into reading the old storylines that I have not read before, but I heard of. So hopefully this will serve as a good introduction about who we are and what our experience is as we delve into the past. And let's do our topic for the day. The new Fantastic Four.
All right. Is it showing?
So,
all right.
Changis, can you go forward?
Okay.
All right. So, is everyone there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah.
I think it's on your end. I think it's on your end, John.
Hey, Changis, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Ah, boy. I think it.
Come on.
Yeah, I think it's your end, Ninjato.
Okay, that I figured out what went wrong.
Oh.
Stupid system decided to switch my headphones to my mic. Anyway, was there any comments about?
I can't see any comments because I'm full screen showing the.
No, like comments that the Hook panel said.
Oh,
Nothing other than we can hear you, Ninjato.
Okay, So, New Fantastic Four. This was a 3-issue arc that came out around December 1990 to February 1991 because there's 3 issues right next to each other. I didn't go into too much detail in terms of the exact date because comic book dating is kind of confusing. Anyway, the creative team was written by Walt Simonson during his run of Fantastic Four.
His one and only run of Fantastic Four, and one of the shortest by far, I think, in Marvel history or even comic book history.
Okay. Generally, throughout most of that run, though, he actually drew. He was an artist/writer. But this arc specifically had was the featuring of Art Adams. This was early in his career, and he was the one who mainly did the pencils. Of course, he had a lovely assistant, I'm assuming, Gracine Tanaka. And then what's interesting is the inks were done by R.T. Bear and Al Milgrom. And then you got colors by Steve. Time to butcher this name. Bucceletto. And edited by Ralph Macchio. And editor-in-chief Tom DeFalco.
All right.
Okay.
Gonna move forward.
Yes. Move forward. So, time to get into some.
I'm sorry. Fucking Danny from Karate Kid edited this?
Wait, what?
What?
No.
Ralph
Different Ralph.
Macchio.
Different Ralph.
Oh.
Okay. That would be funny, though.
That would be one hell of a story.
Daniel-san, you will finish your chores and then you will finish editing.
So, for the context of the run by Walt Simonson and where this story takes place, we have to kind of go back to the previous run. And the previous run was a 27-issue run by a guy named Steve Englehart. And at this point, the Fantastic work was not popular. It was pretty low on sales. So Englehart had a couple brilliant quote-unquote ideas to increase readership. And by the way, these very stupid ideas actually was helping the book. So first, he kicks Sue and Reed out of the Fantastic Four.
Sure, just kick out, the one of the essential team members of the team.
Yeah, just like we're just gonna take these two characters and kick them out and just have them go. The plan was that Sue and Reed would go to the Avengers.
Huh.
That was the plan.
Did they go to the Avengers?
No, before they go to the Avengers, they return to the Fantastic Four.
And just to be sure, just to be certain here, this is old Avengers, not new Avengers, where everyone had, Tony Stark passes membership cards around like it's fucking candy. Old Avengers was very stringent. It was a set amount of people that circles in and out.
And they did try to invite Spider-Man to join the Avengers once, and then Spider-Man refuses. Just add that to the list of things that makes the MCU Spider-Man a terrible adaptation.
SCD, where are you?
Yes. Anyway, but who replaced him? Well, we got one returning character and one new character. The returning character is Crystal, Johnny's ex-girlfriend.
Oh,
Who I'm pretty sure at this point is married to Quicksilver. And also, Johnny's married at this point.
of course.
And then, Ben Grimm's new girlfriend, Sharon Ventura, who was named Ms. Marvel.
Huh.
Yes, and she did not have stretchy powers.
Interesting. Okay.
But then she became the she thing. We're gonna go into that when we delve into it. But
yeah,
okay. You had some and I'm pretty sure you had some weirdness going on. Like, how can Ben turn into the Thing normally now?
Yeah, that was one thing. So Ben's just like the Thing, but he has to it's like a Hulk where you could just go back and forth. Okay.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
No, we can hear you.
It's just that we're hearing the traffic.
So Sharon is. So that explains why there was another Thing.
Well, personally, I like the idea that without out of context, the Thing just decided to transition into a woman.
Hey, but this is now a new thing. So when are we expecting Kamala Khan to become a Thing?
That was actually my initial reaction when I saw the Thing. I was like, oh, so the Thing is a woman now? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And then, oh, there's Ben. Wait, he's human now? What?
Yeah, that took me a bit for a loop because I didn't know what was going on, but I quickly kind of figured it out. But anyway.
I didn't know. I first panel, I thought it was just Ben lifting weights.
Yeah, same thing. And then it's like, wait, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, so it was like, okay, here we go. There's Ben, and then you read dialogue. Oh, I hope my husband doesn't, think of me as, Oh, no, wait, you're a girl now? And then, oh, there's Ben. Wait, there's Ben?
Yeah, so anyway, Stephen Elgahar left the book on bad terms. Basically, Marvel were quick to try to reverse everything he tried to do. Like, it got to a point where he changed his name from Engelhart to an alias.
Huh. So in other words, Marvel was always shitty.
Well, I'm gonna do the game review here and be very controversial. I kind of agree with Marvel in this instance because you can't. It's like Fantastic Four is not really a team that you can just. Funny the story we're talking about right now. It's not exactly a team that you can just add random members to and just call at the end of the day. In the end, you're going to need the type of relationship and structure that the original four. The original four had. Or unless they're not going to be the Fantastic Four, and so. Oh, go ahead, Ninja.
Oh, I was just at the comment. It's like there's a reason why later when they did the same thing where Sue Reed leaves the Fantastic Four, they brought in Storm and Black Panther because at that point they were married, so they had something going on.
Huh.
So it's like, even though what Englehart tried to do was very ambitious, and he's trying to split up the team. Split up the team amicably, and have different members join in. It wasn't. I guess Marvel sort of justified it with, well, it's not boosting up the numbers, so let's bring back Reed and Stu.
Well, the thing is that it was boosting up the numbers.
Oh,
it was more. I think it was more just like conflict. It felt a bit more like there was a lot of shenanigans going on, personal shenanigans that was going on in the office that was interfering with the book, and that's why he left the book. He left the book on bad terms. That's why I wrote it that way.
Oh, okay, I understand.
But generally, I agree with you, and I think like a lot of these decisions, we look back at them now and laugh at them, like how ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, like, again, the very storyline that we're going to cover today, we're kind of joking about this whole thing, but at the time, it was very revolutionary. It's like having 4 popular characters together on a team that wasn't the Avengers, and you're now calling them the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next slide.
All right.
So Simonson's run is so Walt Simonson at this time was writing on the Avengers, and he was slated to write both the Avengers and I think Fantastic Four at the same time. But because of their planning to have Sue and Reed return to the Fantastic Four, Simonson was already writing storylines for Avengers to be featuring Reed and Sue. And essentially, he was given the choice of either continue writing for Avengers or do Fantastic Four. So he took over Fantastic Four. It was also around this time, it seems, in his career that he and Marvel were kind of slowly butting heads of Simonson leaving the company. But basically, Simonson's runs was of going, okay, what did Englehart do? Let's erase it.
Lovely.
It was an active erasure. It was just like, okay, we're just gonna kind of ignore this whole aspect and just have status quo.
Yeah.
Gonna pull a Terrence Howard. It was War Machine before a comic.
Yeah.
Terrence Howard. Yes, he is canonically War Machine. But there's also Don Cheadle, so I mean, yes, this did happen in Fantastic Four. But I mean, there's we got this Fantastic Four now, so
Yeah, all right, let's go. Oh, what?
No, I was gonna say, they're not the Fantastic Four anymore. They're now secretly they're known as the Fantastic Six, but we just don't call them.
Yes. That's the funny thing about this storyline is like at this point, they're the Fantastic Six. They're like Fantastic Five, actually.
We're the Fantastic Four. There's 6 of you.
Yes. Oh man, Xeno Nick.
Fantastic Four is now a Power Ranger show. We got our 6th Ranger now.
Spider Xeno. It's much like in our makeup of Sinister Six show.
What about Sinister Six show again?
Our gag about how there's always either one less or one more.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get to next slide.
All right, next slide.
All right, so now we're going to talk about who are four members and what kind of state the characters were in. Spider-Man has the most detail because this was like a booming time for Spider-Man. He had 3 ongoing titles per month. So you got like Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and Web of Spider-Man.
So saw Spider-Man going on there.
Yeah, this was going on since the late 80s, but... hey, Anna, can you please mute until... Yeah. So at the... But not only you have 3 ongoing titles, this was also during the David Michelinie run, which is like for a lot of Spider-Man fans who were collecting Spider-Man during the 90s, early 90s, view him as one of the greatest writers of all time. And like this was the period where Venom became a major element to the Spider-Man story. So this is the Venom period. Like this, I think at this stage, Venom is still a villain.
Okay.
But it's like that's like the ongoing stories about Venom. But also during this time was Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn, was being the artist. But during this year, he left the Amazing Spider-Man title.
Oh. That's a shame.
Yeah, but instead, well, Nott, you wanted to say something?
Oh, speaking of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Paul Scholes, the guy who voiced him in the 60s cartoon, passed away.
Aww.
Damn.
Rest in
for that
peace.
beast.
Yeah, F. Damn.
Well, I guess I just wanted to say it was like, well, it's like out of the four we're going to be featured here is that Spider-Man has been, you know, I wouldn't say never been bigger, but he is as big as he will be later. So
yeah, and also Spider-Man out of all the 4 has the closest connection to the Fantastic Four.
Well, to be fair, you can play the 5 degrees. You can literally play a game, 5 degrees of Peter Parker.
That's true, but I mean, like, he's ultra close. Like, his first official Amazing Spider-Man book had him infiltrate the Fantastic Four building to try to become a member of the Fantastic Four.
Hacker Man.
Not hacking, actual sneaking. But anyway, so this year was also Eric Garson took over Todd's position. But you see, Todd McFarlane had his own idea. He made a Spider-Man book called Spider-Man. There's no adjectives. That was sold exclusively in comic shops. And number 1 sold 2.5 million copies.
Damn. Man, to be fair, it's Todd McFarlane, so.
Well, this was early Todd McFarlane. He would not only drew the book, but he wrote it. This was also his first writing attempt.
2.5 million, damn.
Yeah, of course, this is 90s money, so it's like, this was a major success.
Yeah, he's actually worth $1 million. Fuck you, inflation.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next member, the Hulk. I couldn't find much information about this run as opposed to Spider-Man, but the Hulk at this time was during Peter David's run. Peter David wrote a 12-year run of the Hulk. And it was during this part, he no longer was green.
Yeah, what the hell?
He was gray. They did the Professor Hulk thing. before Professor Hulk existed.
Basically, what Peter David did was he took sort of Stan's original concept of the great Hulk and sort of retconned it to where the Green Hulk that we knew for years is a personality known as Savage. He represents man's man's innate nature to destroy. To a basic instinct, as you can call it. And so Peter David reclassifies Great Hulk here, Mr. Fix-It, as Joe Fix-It, as he calls himself, sort of the dangerous part of the dangerous part of Bruce Banner's persona. So the part that he doesn't want to come out.
I mean, to be fair, like Hulk's kind of dangerous as it is. What's the dangerous part of Bruce Banner that he doesn't want to come out? Like
his brain.
His brain, yeah. Like the Hulk persona with the brain of Bruce Banner is a match made in hell.
Clearly later on, Marvel did not stick to that idea of that being dangerous. So,
well, it's always a thing now. It became part of Hulk, like Hulk lore, and like it has always been referenced at some point. So it's like, as much as they go back to like the marketable green and purple green skin, purple pants, the Joe Fix-It persona is always a thing. So Nick's,
all right.
State of Wolverine. It's Wolverine. Like basically, that's it. There was other like he at this point he has his own ongoing title, but compared to the rest of everyone else, there was no major shakeup.
It's Wolverine. It's Logan. It's not Hugh Jackman.
It's not. He didn't. There was no like he got old or he. Or like his clone took over his mantle. No, it was just straight up Wolverine.
Yeah, it's Wolverine, like fresh off, I think, fresh off Chris Claremont's run.
Yeah.
So you're telling me Wolverine was not played by an Australian man at this time?
No, I think the X-Men were based in Australia at this time.
Really? Huh.
I think.
Interesting.
All right, final one.
All right.
Ghost Rider. I only bring up these 2 points because this is probably one of the reasons why this storyline happened. Can you please mute? Thank you. So Ghost Rider back in 83. Johnny Blaze's story ended definitively.
Huh.
There was no cliffhangers. It ended. He literally had a happy ending.
Really? He had a happy ending?
Yes.
For Ghost Rider?
Yes. And it did not involve destroying the world. Or girlfriend heads on sticks.
Too bad it didn't last long.
Yes, because a new Ghost Rider showed up in this year. Dan Ketch, who is later to reveal to be the long-lost brother of Johnny Blaze, and then Johnny Blaze's life went straight back into hell.
Literally.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, like he had a wife. Now that wife died and became a demon, and yeah,
His wife became a demon. Oh,
yes,
that sucks.
yep, bunch of suck for Johnny Blaze.
So is Johnny Blaze gonna see his wife's head on a stick in front of the house burning, and he's just gonna go, "You guys are the real monsters," with sad piano music in the background. Da, 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 da.
Yes, we're making. For those who don't know, we're making Devilman jokes.
Actually, that would be really interesting. A Ghost Rider written by Gonagai.
Yeah, that already happened. What? It's called Devilman.
No, but like just like if Gonagai wrote a Ghost Rider story for Marvel, like for whatever dream world this is in, like that would be the most depressing Marvel story out there.
And we will all love it.
In the Marvel universe, God is clearly not exactly the brightest mind, because the demons were an accident, and he has to reset the world every time he fucks up. Yeah. Gonagai clearly has a very high opinion of Christianity.
Yes, clearly. Clearly.
All
right. Next one. All right. Now we get to talk about the issues. So, the first issue. Let's first talk about the cover. What do you guys think of the cover?
Oh, we're supposed to pay attention to the cover?
Oh boy, the Fantastic Four are about to get gang banged.
Nott, what do you think of the cover?
It's fine, as a sort of as a sort of tension cover.
Yeah, it definitely, and it does give you a spoiler. There are spoilers.
There's oh no, the Fantastic Four are dun dead ?
Yeah. All right. So what?
Damn it! I thought of a funnier comeback.
Okay.
Well, it's too much an add-on to oh no, the Fantastic Four are about to get gang banged, and Johnny has a pretty mouth.
Guys, try to keep this PG-13.
Ninjato, who do you think you're talking to?
Look, this is my channel. Okay, we're going by one step above Christian Minecraft server.
I can't promise we'll be successful in keeping it PG-13.
Because if you don't, I have some pun. I have a. Oh nope, I don't have it. I need to get Prohibition Hammer from TTS.
This is a Christian show. We do not allow any talks about sexual actions or anything like that, or innuendos, or fun.
and very little swearing. But violence, violence is okay.
What? There's none of that in the Bible. Oh no! Oh no!
That's one of my favorite JonTron jokes. It's like, well, I'll have keep in mind that there is a book that doesn't have raping, maiming, or killing. It's called the Holy Bible. And
yeah, all right. Let's get to the actual story. On to our story. Yes, on to our story. The story begins with a female Skrull on the run.
Awesome, we got Skrull waifus already.
Yes, Skrull waifu has shown up, and she decides she's on a run from other Skrull commandos, and we don't know why. And then she sneaks into the Fantastic Four's facility, aka just walks through the front door.
She just walks through the front door, and then all of the then she disguises herself as all of the Fantastic Four's, like, I guess, romantic interest, though to be fair, then because like okay, so like Johnny, she He's already having his own problems. Fucking Johnny, what the hell, man? Like you have a wife, and all you can think about is, man, I really want that. I really want Nebula's alien puss.
Wait, also, like, okay, this is maybe a little bit weird. Oh, wait, it explains later how she knows about Nebula. Which, by the way, this takes place after a time-traveling adventure where Johnny has feelings for Nebula.
Johnny, you're married. You have a wife. Why do you
and also, you time travel. And also, why Nebula?
Why Nebula?
Why not Nebula?
She's a psycho.
Nebula's crazy.
No, I'm feeling dangerous today. I want to date a daughter of Thanos.
Johnny, what is the number one rule of going out with a girl? You don't date crazy.
Yes, and you're deciding to, I may or may not have made an emotional affair with the most crazy woman in the entire galaxy.
So she disguises herself. So the Skrull disguises herself as Nebula, and then for Ben, she disguises herself as
Alicia.
And then for Alicia, she disguises herself as Ben. And then Reed, she disguises herself as Sue. So it's all the romantic interest. And then for Sue, she fucking disguises herself as Namor. So
Yes.
it's so you're disguising yourself as all of the romantic interests of the Fantastic Four. Sue, you want to tell Reed about what's going on with you and Namor?
No, it's just like a common thing. Like that's like Namor's shtick. Classically, he's always pining for Sue, and Sue has some attractions to him. Like,
God damn it!
But
Sue.
it's also surface level. But she's always faithful to her husband. That's the whole thing.
But I bring it up because again, like all the other Fantastic Four, there were clear romantic emotional interests that they want to be together, and there's just Namor.
Shows how much of a emotional support Reed Richards is.
So it's like with that logic, it's just like in that pattern, you just go, Sue, you want to talk? Again, this is what I said. Like my initial reaction to this book was like, man, the Fantastic Four's got some issues to kink out.
And by the way, guess how the Skrull took out the Fantastic Four? Vulcan neck pinch. She literally just goes up to each member, Vulcan neck pinches them.
See, I thought the thing she had on her hand was like a taser. So
she converted a joy button.
And Fantastic Four were just watching. Well, clearly, the Fantastic Four were just trying to watch the new Cruella movie, and then she came in.
Yeah. All right, we need to continue. Meanwhile, with the Skrull Commandos, the Skrull Commandos decide, hey, we need to find this woman. So they end up on Monster Island, which, for those who don't know, Monster Island is basically a whole island full of kaiju.
American kaiju. Mole Man is clearly a fan of Japanese entertainment.
Yeah, and that's also where the Mole Man lives, because Monster Island basically has a big hole that leads into the underground area where Mole Man lives and rules.
Mole Man. I'm sorry, I can't take Mole Man seriously as a threat. Just you look at Mole Man, you just go, you're one of the Fantastic Four's major antagonists. Geez, no wonder why movies always shaft you to decide to just pick Victor. Because it's just you look at Mole Man, you do not look intimidating whatsoever. Okay, you control monsters, that's fine. But what about you yourself? You're not. It's like you're not really much of a threat there.
To be fair, he looks better in World's Greatest Heroes.
World's Greatest Heroes?
The 2000 Fantastic Four cartoon. Made by the people who made Totally Spies.
That's amazing, I think.
Changis, remember, because one of, I think still during this time, one of the Fantastic Four's villains is the God of Entropy. And then you got Mole Man.
Well, at least Mole Man is not as bad as Paste Pot Pete.
He's not as bad as that, yeah. You're right.
But you get what I'm saying. Like you look at Mole Man and you go, wow, no wonder why movies always just skip to Doom.
Yeah, he doesn't look that intimidating until you see his giant kaiju destroying everything. Then you take him seriously.
Well, but that's the thing. The kaiju are intimidating. Mole Man himself is not really intimidating.
I think that's the point. But anyway, so Mole Man was just in there in his island, just chilling, minding his own business, like him his kingdom. And then the Skrull commandos just showed up and thought, "Hey, let's use the kaiju to hunt our fugitive."
Mole Man's like, "Oh, forgot!" Like to start mind controlling the kaiju, and then just Mole Man just like. Mr. Moment, sir, what is it now? The kaiju are being mind controlled and going on a rampage. Can't you see I'm in the middle of doing something? You're taking a shit right now, aren't you, sir? Yes.
Yes, in my throne. It doubles as a toilet.
I clearly do not have the time to get back control of the kaiju, okay? Oh man. All right. So
yeah, so essentially as like Mole Man just starts to investigate to figure out who's controlling them and find out they're just giant space elves. They're just space elves who can shapeshift. And then meanwhile, the fugitive is trying to hack into the Fantastic Four's computer when she finds out, oh, kaiju are attacking.
Hacker Man.
Oh, I need help.
Shit, they're onto me. Fuck.
I need 4 gullible heroes.
I need the new Fantastic Four.
And this is how we got Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Hulk and Ghost Rider. And all they did was just like, they all just walked to the building together. It's like, oh, hi there.
To be fair, like Logan and Hulk had their dynamic was really fun. Like they just both want to kill each other. It's like I hate you too.
They're totally Cinderella's for each other.
Spider-Man's just like, you know, he's like, why the hell did I end up with you guys? There's just Ghost Rider. He's just there.
Yeah, Ghost Rider is just literally there. It's like for marketing purposes.
Like Wolverine and Hulk and Spider-Man had like an interesting dynamic going on. There, like is Spider-Man's the parent trying to stop the 2 kids from fighting, and then there's just Ghost Rider just sitting on his motorcycle watching the whole thing go down.
Like he does help, and he does do his own cool stuff, but
yeah, but he doesn't really have much interaction with the other characters. It's just like when he sees the we'll get to that part when he sees the quote unquote bodies. But he's just like, I knew it. I'm going to hunt down whoever did this. Oh, you guys are here? Shit, I didn't know you were there. Otherwise, I wouldn't be monologuing to myself. Damn it.
Yeah. But basically, they get called in. Ghost Rider just, like the first scene with the new Fantastic Four actually explains a lot of it, where you have Spider-Man, Hulk, and Wolverine interacting, and then Ghost Rider just, like, zips past and motorcycles up the Baxter building.
They're just, oh, And just like, why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here?
And then
Why's Ghost Rider?
boom.
Why is Ghost Rider here? I don't know. Ghost like, hey, Ghost Rider, why are you here? Silence.
Like it's like the 3-player, like in a tabletop games. You got the 3 players who are into the role play aspects, and then you just got that 1 player who's all about the gameplay and just like zoop zip.
Spider-Man, Wolverine, and the Hulk at least watched the tutorial. Ghost Rider, he just goes through guns blazing.
Yeah. But so anyway, so basically they go there and they find Sue Richards, who's not Sue Richards, of course, and she shows them the bodies of the Fantastic Four. Oh, the horror! The Fantastic Four! Basically, it's the equivalent of Frieza shooting Paragus, and you're going, "Oh, Brody, oh no!"
Your father was killed in the blast.
Fucking Frieza, you little bitch.
That's what she did.
I want to talk. I just wanted to say this. I couldn't say it before. So Danny, I think at this point they didn't know what they wanted to do with Danny. So he acted a bit too much like Johnny, where he's just like, oh, I'm lone. I'm the silent loner who's very much a man of action. And so they try to emulate the same thing.
It kind of makes sense because this came out like the end of the year that Danny's book came out. Like this is only like a couple issues into his run, so they're still having kinks to work with.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to like, oh, the horror! The Fantastic Four were murdered.
Oh my god, they're dead.
Don't look into the fridge, okay? Don't look at the fridge, except for you, Kyle. Kyle, you can go grab a beer.
Kyle, I know you're from our rival company, but listen, Kyle, just whatever you do not look into the fridge. Kyle, what are you doing? I'm gonna go get a beer.
He sees Sue Storms tied up and bundled up. Because that's my question when I was reading it. It's like, okay, where's Sue's body?
Sue's body is with the others in the elevator. That's why we read the joke
afterwards.
That one day.
No, that was afterwards. I'm assuming she put all the real bodies into like the grave to pretend they're dead, right?
She put the bodies in the room to act like, oh, they're at autopsy. And then once the 4 others they leave, she puts all the bodies strung up bondage style in the elevator.
Well, that's how I was saying. So where's Sue's?
Sue was in the elevator.
No. Before, okay, so like the scene where they're in the pretend autopsy room, right? So you have the bodies of like Alicia, Johnny, all the Fantastic Four, except for one. There's one missing. Because the Skrull is disguising as her. Where is Sue? Did she dump her in the fridge?
I think she put Sue already in the elevator.
Oh, she's the starting linchpin of the budget.
Yeah, exactly. Sue is the linchpin that keeps it together.
No. Clearly, you guys are thinking too hard. So clearly, the female Skrull doesn't actually shapeshift, rather, she just strung up Sue's body to her, just puppeteering her.
We get at Birdie.
All right. So basically, after witnessing the bodies and basically sort of confirming that they're dead, they all decided, oh, okay, this is a little bit bloodthirsty of Sue Richards, but makes sense. All right, we are the new Fantastic Four. End of comic.
We're gonna go get revenge for Sue because apparently she's still mourning. or
Yeah.
something.
We're gonna bring their killers to justice. All right. Now the next issue, Act 2. So there's an A plot and a B plot. I think
The A plot. Yeah, the A plot is with the new Fantastic Four, and the B plot is the Skrull waking up Reed Richards to help her locate an item that she came to Earth for.
Yeah, so essentially in the A plot, we're gonna focus on the A plot because that's like, this cover. I think this is a good cover.
Yeah, it's a fun cover.
My favorite bit is at the bottom corner with Wolverine's like saying "Enough said." Like, this is the premise.
Enough said, Pop.
Yeah. So basically, our heroes are going on a kaiju hunt, and essentially, while the fugitive, the reason why we are revealed the main villain's name at this point. But that's only at the end of this issue. But we only known her as like the fugitive or female Skrull.
Right.
So like the female Skrull is, as not saying, basically blackmail Reed to help her to find the object, and they traced it to Monster Island. Meanwhile, the new Fantastic Four are like taking care of the kaiju, and then the kaiju are starting to retreat for some reason, and they go to the island, and then it's just like us, the reader, we know what's happening. What's happening is that the Skrulls was using it to find brain scans about where this fugitive is. They discovered the fugitive, and they were, but before they could go out to get her, the mole man showed up and basically arrested them.
Actually, go back a little bit. The new Fantastic Four didn't really go too much on a kaiju hunt. It was more like they ran into
one.
Yeah, they found one attack. But like for most of the book, before they had to fight the monster attacking the plane, they're like Spider-Man's like, come on, we gotta go, help the people, and everyone's like, don't worry, the Avengers will take care of it. leave it to the Avengers. They can take care of it.
Hey, leave it to my buddies at the X-Men. Come on, there's bound to be a mutant in one of those planes.
Wait, I have this funny image in my head. Hey Nick, remember the this is important, Nick. Remember the Family Guy episode where Peter recalls. Peter tells the same story.
Yes.
Peter tells the same story. It's like Peter tells the same story, but it's through the point of view of 3 different directors.
Yeah.
The Michael Bay. It's like with the Michael Bay one where Peter. Like Peter's just in the shower with the motorbike. I imagine that's just Danny 24/7, even in the motorbike, and even when they're in the 4-person quad car, he's got his motorcycle.
Yeah, he just attaches it. He just burns the wheels into the car.
Danny, you don't need to take your bike everywhere you go. Danny, are you listening?
No.
What's going on in your mind?
But anyway, there is also something I kind of skipped over with the B plot. Mm-hmm. There's a Skrull Simpery subplot.
Where Reed Richards is like, you're not my wife, but
I'm finding you attractive.
Kind of hot though.
Literally, there's a line where like Reed is like, I know she's not my wife, but I can't help but think this is a little exciting. Ooh.
Yes, it's like I think it was that one. Is like, oh no, they're doing an adultery subplot.
So it's like, Reed, you have a child. You have a child, Reed, and you're gonna go.
And and early in the beginning of the first issue, you were like, I just wanted to be with my kid and my wife because
Look,
we
I've
have
been
been
watching
together
too
for.
many. Look, I've been watching too many Steve Wilkos. Doesn't matter. And I know. There's a lot of people who are cheating.
Yeah, but it's like Reed, you have a child, and the minute you minute you're being like semi quasi mind controlled by a Skrull waifu, you go, I love my wife, but ooh, this is a little kinky. Ooh.
I like green space elves.
I'm gonna see where this goes.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, it's a little kinky. Sue's never done anything like. Reed would be even better if Reed was just Stan from American Dad. Like, I don't have a kink. This is like.
Even though it's like
maybe this one won't peg me.
like that time where Sue became Malice, Mistress of Hate. That was kind of awkward in the bed afterwards.
Sue Storm visits Johnny to learn about what her kink is, and then after a whole musical bit.
No, I like this better.
I love how we fail on this on PG-13.
Okay, I was saying something, but
yeah.
Okay,
you go.
So Peter decides to stay at the Bastard Building for a night. So, all right, Pete, you can stay here. Just so you know, it's me and Sue's anniversary, and the getting's good later that night. Ow, 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 ow! When's it gonna be my turn? Ow, ow.
So Sue, did you find your kink? I did, Johnny. That's great. Which one is it? All of them.
Anyway, but so
and then Ben has to go into a wetsuit. He can probably guess where this is going. Hey Susie, mind if I jump in?
Oh no. But anyway,
don't worry, Sue. The doctor said they'll get Ben out of you in no time.
But anyway, so basically at the end of this issue, our new Fantastic Four encounters Molman and the Commandos, and they learn everything about the main villain, whose name is Delilah.
Delilah. I was
Hey there, Delilah. This is your ex-boyfriend, Samson. How's it going after you shaved all my hair? Yeah, I did. By the way, I didn't realize that Delilah came from that. Was a reference to Delilah until the day after I read the comic. It's like,
hey, Delilah, if you're reading this letter sent to you by this pigeon, yeah, it's me, Samson. I live.
I'm looking forward to crushing you underneath the temple.
Lord Almighty, give me strength one last time to crush this woman.
To crush the thought.
That's the real reason why Samson collapsed the temple, so he could get back at the thought.
Yes. Anyway, but essentially after it's revealed that she's a minor psychic.
She's a minor psychic who's quote unquote sort of brainwashing Reed, and then Reed later on, it's like, well, we'll get to that one later on, but like Reed throughout the whole thing, it's just like, it's just like, ooh, it's a little kinky. Let's see where this goes.
Like let's be honest, her real power is to make people her simps.
It's like it's just. Listen, Sue, I never wanted you to actually like I've never made you try to find your kink. You know, if if it makes you uncomfortable, then I won't do it anymore. Later on that day, Reed is at a baseball game. Good job, Reed. Slaps the ass.
Yeah, you were about to say something, Nott?
Oh, it's like she's the special Skrull. You know, not only should she have the natural Skrull's ability to shapeshift into anything in the known, into any person in the known universe, she's also a psychic.
Yeah, and also she's like a leader of rebels. Like that's why the Commandos are chasing her, because they're rebel, because she's a rebel.
Yeah, because the Skrull, because the one thing I will commend the MCU. I just want to bring this in. One thing I would commend the MCU before Captain Marvel, but I'm not going to go into that. Kind of like how they always keep hinting at the fact that the Kree and Skrull were having their forever war. It was boiling. It was boiling in. It was boiling in Guardians of the Galaxy. It was always in the background, but you never it was always built up to. And that was sort of the whole thing with Marvel, where with the Skrull, the Skrull and the Kree will always, there will always be conflicts, such as here with Delilah, where she tried to assassinate the king.
And then Captain Marvel happened, but we don't talk about.
Yeah, and by the way, in the Marvel universe, it's kind of weird that you have like 3 major empires, and one of them is minding its own business. Like you have the Kree and the Skrulls, and they hate each other like for so long until the Skrulls lost their planet, and then you got the Shi'ar just minding its own business.
The Shi'ar are because the Shi'ar are a neutral company. They don't want to side with anyone until economic pressures makes them to. Just like what happened during.
They're playing both sides so that they always come out on top.
All right. So basically, end of issue 2 is when Delilah and Mr. Fantastic arrives at the scene, and Mr. Fix-It, aka Hulk, is about to go into a fight with Mr. Fantastic.
Hey, Mr. Fantastic, it's me, Mr. Fix-It. Yeah, I'm here to beat your ass.
All right.
One thing I've noticed throughout, one thing I've noticed throughout that this comic is that Ben Grimm, Joe Fixit, and Wolverine all have the same accent. They all talk like they're from Manhattan.
That's funny. Even though Wolverine's Canadian.
Exactly.
Wolverine just starts talking with a New York Italian accent.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, watch where you're going.
So essentially, the story issue 3, which by the way, I love this cover too. Like a nice cover of showing out. Here's the Fantastic Four with the new Fantastic Four and the Mole Man, and it looks like a fight. They're about to fight you.
Well, that's more like, I think you mean the Fantastic Five plus the new Fantastic Four.
So Fantastic 9.
Fantastic 9, including special guest Mole Man.
Yes. And then at the bottom is featuring the world's most explorative.
Yeah, just Punisher just makes a little cameo. Just like,
at the end, that he literally ends the comic as a cameo.
I just love, I just love I was actually pretty much skipping the covers because I just wanted to go straight to stories. So I didn't know Punisher was gonna be this. So this guy on this helicopter is like time to blow this place to Kingdom Come. Oh, there's the Fantastic Four. Oh, they got settled. Never mind. And then I see the Skull logo on the shirt. So the Punisher was gonna fucking blow Monster Island to Kingdom Come.
Apparently, he had that technology at this time.
Yeah, where'd you get the fucking helicopter?
Apparently, he had a personal nuke to drop in the hole.
I love this version of the Punisher because he's not just this was before he was just relegated to being I'm gonna take down gangsters. It's just okay, I'm just going to destroy any threat imaginable.
And apparently had access to a nuke.
I want that Punisher to come back. Then, I want to see my Punisher with a Punisher helicopter with a Skull logo on it, a Punisher tank, and just fight magical beings and aliens and all that. Come on. I want to see the Punisher in a edited Endgame where he's just blasting all everyone with a tank.
Yes. So, by the way, what do you guys, before we continue the story, what do you guys think of the art of this arc?
The art.
Itself? Yeah.
I thought it was alright. It was, it's
go ahead.
I thought it was alright. It was the old art style of the day. It's fine. Is it my cup of tea? Depends. I think it's fine. It looks neat. I do like the interesting color choices. Like everything looks all like kaleidoscope, like just bright colors and all that. So that's what I always kind of liked about the old comics, just the colors. But overall, the art was alright.
It's. I mean, Art Dimble does a pretty decent job here. I won't, but I do want to mention, even though he hasn't really did art for this arc specifically, but Simonson, his entire arc was just him just kind of testing out his ability. One thing I wanted to mention was he actually studied a bit of Kashihiro Tomo for certain, certain stories. I think it was he first started it with Acts of Vengeance.
Yeah.
But overall art, he does a very serviceable, very great job here.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed this art. It's a little bit too detailed in my opinion for me personally. But for what it is, it was very good.
Yeah.
I tend to like mine a bit more cartoony or a bit more abstract.
I don't really mind if it's cartoony or abstract. I thought it was alright. So
yeah,
it's the art of its time. That's how I view it. So
Spider, do you have an opinion?
You just call me Spider Nick. You just
Spider
call me
Nick.
I don't really have an opinion that hasn't already been said.
All right, let's get to our story. It starts with the island making Mole Man and his minions her simps.
Using her mind control bullshit.
You are now my simp.
It's not really mind control. It's like she influences them, but it's still, it's so she straight up mind controlling them. Okay, and then well the thing is, then it gets a little even more interesting when with Reed later on.
Oh yes. So basically, what happens is that she and Reed escapes, ha ha ha, and then of course the new Fantastic Four chases them, and then they get a cave-in. So they're kind of stuck. Meanwhile, Reed confesses his love for her, and they kiss.
Yeah, Reed. I mean, to be fair, like, so it's like, so
he's one step below Johnny.
He's one step below Johnny.
I mean, Johnny was fantasizing about it. Reed went down the ladder to do it.
Well, in terms of kissing Skrulls, let's just say.
But yeah, so like
basically Delilah thinks that, oh yes, he's now on my side, I have him now, and reveals that she's hunting for a mecha.
Yeah, so yeah, Delilah's like, so you're going to find me a robot that can like end the world or something like that, and then
basically she will be unstoppable.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we're hunting for robots now.
Apparently, we're doing the plot of Giant Robo.
It's a giant robo.
Yeah, instead of a little kid, it's a little Skrull lady with a mecha that is born from an egg. So Ghost Rider makes an escape, but then meanwhile, the real Fantastic Four finally wake up from being discover they're in a bondage situation.
Oh shit, we're tied up. Sue, you feeling anything? No. Damn it.
And then Franklin showed up, and it's like, that's kind of awkward.
Mommy, why are you tied up and in that weird position?
And why is Uncle Johnny and Aunt Alicia with you?
Now, Franklin, please look away real quickly.
Now, Franklin, please get a knife.
Susie, you know this kid is going to be traumatized for years. Yes, I know, Ben. I know. Sacrifice I'm willing to make.
It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. It's like, yeah, but what? Fantastic
Basically,
they've got issues to kink out. It's like, yes, Sue, you and Reed need to have, all of you need to just sit down and
honestly, Ben Grimm is the one that's happy.
Grim Ben's the only one who's like, I've been through worse.
Yeah, honestly, like that's hilarious. Like everyone else is having like needs of therapy sessions, except for the guy who was the thing.
Well, it's like Ben. I think it's like Ben just made peace with the fact that he might be a rock monster forever, and then he turned back into and then he turned back human. He's like, yay! And then his girlfriend became a rock monster. And he's like, I stared at myself in the mirror so many times where this doesn't faze me anymore, honey.
If I have to do it with you as a rock monster, I'm fine.
Like,
man, I'm still surprised that Ben still has a pelvis.
No, don't lift with your fat ugly back. Lift with your fat ugly leg.
Later that night when Ben and Alicia want to do it.
No, Alicia is with Johnny. This is Sharon.
Oh yeah. Well, just later that night, you don't. All you can hear from the bedroom is it just sounds like it's just a rock. It's just a rock slide. Like,
Oh
you
God,
hear-
the avalanche!
Yeah. Anyway, so after Franco discovers the Fantastic Four's kink, Delilah and Reed finds the mecha egg that's being guarded by a kaiju mom, and then the new Fantastic Four arrived. And then Delilah basically puts a gun at Reed and basically forces the new Fantastic Four to get the egg.
And then
Next page.
All right.
And then what?
Well, so we're gonna mention Mole Man first, okay?
What were you about to say? Sorry.
Well, I was gonna mention like she has Reed held at gunpoint, and then Sue comes in like, Reed, is that you? It's like, you're too late. Reed is my husband now.
I'm not sure, but so basically a big battle ensues because the Mole Man arrives and find out about the egg and is like, I want that as part of my army. And then the real Fantastic Four shows up, and the commander shows up to try to blow up the egg, and like this huge battle. And then we see Delilah using her sympathy powers on Spider-Man. Seriously, Pete!
Yeah,
that was not Mary Jane! You saw her transform into Mary Jane!
Yeah, just like, Mary Jane? Is that you? Pete, MJ's dead. You need to move on.
No, she's alive. She's alive at the apartment. Like,
that's the joke. It's just like, Pete, she's been gone for 5 years.
Here, you've been in a coma for 6 years. Wake up.
You need to move
Peter!
on. You need
Peter,
to let
you
go.
need to Peter, wake up for God's sake. You don't have spider powers. You've been hallucinating these past few years.
Peter,
these past how many years?
I'm not.
I would say 59 years.
You mean I'm not a spider? I don't have powers of a spider? No, Peter. You've been ever since that day you jumped off the building. You've been in a coma for 59 years.
Anyway,
next year, Spider-Man turns 60.
Oh damn!
Oh man.
60.
Well, I wonder what we're gonna read next year.
Can we please read the famous issue where it proves that MJ is the superior waifu, not Gwen?
If it's what I think, no.
I don't mind reading Spider-Man Renew Your Vows again.
Renew Your Vows? What?
Oh yeah, that's a recent comic book.
Huh?
Yeah.
A good one.
He was making reference to the thing that involved Gwen Stacy.
Oh, we're definitely doing the night that Gwen Stacy died.
Not that.
Oh! No,
Hey,
Changis.
The one, the thing that J. Michael Straczynski made canon.
Why?
What drugs was he on?
It's like, okay, one, it's bad enough that, okay, Green Goblin killed her, and then, it's more than just killed her. Yeah, Peter.
Oh.
Yeah, you have terrible taste.
But anyway, back on this. Basically, the egg hatches and picks the a kaiju to be its mommy.
Moment's literally, oh god, it's imprinting on her. Shit.
But I thought that works for you. You control the kaiju.
Moment's like, don't you control the kaiju? I can't control this one.
You can control the mom.
So it's like, wow, Mole Man. you're way to go. You know, these are literally monsters under your control, and you can't control them.
And you're a scientist. That's your.
So yeah, Mole Man. Again, you wonder why Doom is always picked for the movies.
Yeah, but so essentially, Delilah, pissed at not getting her giant kaiju, becoming the kaiju mama, the Mecha mama, decided I'm gonna be petty. I'm gonna at least take Reed Richards with me.
Reed is now my new husband. And then Sue shows up like, that's my husband, woman.
and then she gets freed in front of her.
It's just like, oh my god, they're kissing. And then it turns out, oh, Reed was not actually brainwashed. He was doing a big brain move right there.
You see, he was.
You fool! I have 70 alternative accounts!
It was me, Optimist!
You fool! I was only pretending to be infatuated with you. In reality,
And also, joke's on you, Delilah. I faked my orgasms.
That's literally what Reed was telling Delilah like all the time. Like, joke's on you. I faked all of them.
And then she goes, I will get it. You will never get away.
Sue, faked all your what?
It's like, Sue, Sue, I'm not talking about you. Okay. It's just like,
Which Sue?
Delilah and Sue are just fighting in a cat fight, just like, Sue! Oh, I'm the real Sue! No, Richards, I'm the real Sue! Okay, fine. There's a question here that only the real Sue would know. What is the secret ingredient of the Krabby Patty?
Secret ingredient is the secret ingredient is a missing panel, and then it goes, and then Reed shoots the fake, and then hugs Sue, but it turns out the one he's hugging is actually Delilah.
No, but anyway, so Delilah is like going on, like, going, you'll never get away with this, Fantastic Four. Until Danny decides to have some fun.
Yeah,
the pennant is there.
Time for me to do why I'm here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, I guess it's time for me to do my job. No?
I'm going to show her Twitter.
You have the blood of the innocent is stained on your hands. Look into my eyes.
Look at all the porn.
Look into my eyes. These are the men you've corrupted. Delilah. Witness the brood witch. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Basically, this is just wrapped up. Like, they defeated Delilah. Delilah is taken by the commandos. This must be their lucky day. They're happy to survive Kaiju, the Mole Man, and the Fantastic Four, and like, they actually made it out great.
Yeah, the Skrull actually turned out okay.
Yeah, they weren't turned into cows.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh yeah, the first issue, their first appearance, was them faking to be the Fantastic Four and framing them for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
and that story ended with them being forced to transform into cows, and then Reed using a ray gun to make them think that there are cows.
Weird flex, but okay.
Reed Richards has a weird fascination with tricking people into defeating themselves. With Magneto with the wooden gun.
Delilah, I faked my orgasms. Skrulls, you're cows now. Like, Reed, look, I get it. You're like one of the most intelligent men on the planet, but you got some issues you need to talk about.
All we need now is a big brain match between Mr. Fantastic and Getter Robo De-Evolution Dr. Satame.
just you.
All right, next page. I think this is just like final thoughts.
Oh yeah, then we talked about the Punisher. He's
just there.
He's just there. He's just there. Again, I want this version of Reed Richards to come back into mainstream. Like, I want Reed Richards coming in with a helicopter blowing up.
You mean the Punisher? You're saying Reed Richards, so you're saying the Reed Richards is the Punisher?
Shit, damn it! I'm getting to mix. That would be interesting if Reed became the Punisher. Reed Richards is just going around just killing people by strangling to death with his stretchy arms. All right. So, is it worth buying?
Yeah. So currently, this arc you can find the individual comics for about up to $10 each. Like, you can find them for cheaper and, of course, more expensive. But
is it worth buying?
Yeah, that's my question. Like, do you think this was a fun enough arc that if you just go to like a comic convention or just happens to be in the comic store and you see these issues?
I wouldn't say they're $30 worthy.
Yeah, not $30, but
like, that's the high point. That's the high price.
Well, one, bump those numbers down, and two,
I mean, if you can get them off of 15, yeah.
I guess it's a fun little thing. It was a thing that happened. For me personally, it's not really kind of a story that I'm going to be going back to read again. No offense. It's just like, it was fun, but it's like I'm not going to really be reading it again. But it was a thing. It was fun. I enjoyed it for what it was. So, but yeah, if you could get like all three comics for like at least like under $10, then, well, actually, no, not under $10 is asking too much. I guess if you could get it for like a little over $10, but not like $30, then sure. But yeah. Well, what do you think, John? Would you buy it for?
Well, how about I want to pass it off to Nott first, and then Xeno Nick.
I already did mine.
Okay, Nott. Nott.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! We lost Nott.
Not again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, good. You're awake.
This is step one has been successful. Right. Nah, you being a co for 6 years. Wake up.
All right. So now, do you think this arc is worth buying?
Okay. So I guess this answer will also have to be with the entirety of Simonson's run of Fantastic Four, because it is really short. I would say it is a fun little read. If you just want a bare knuckle Fantastic Four sort of story. Read this. It's my opinion. It's kind of my opinion is it's nothing too dramatic, and it'll get you acquainted with the characters.
I really enjoyed reading this. I think this is worth buying. This is such fun. This was just pure fun, and like even all the goofiness. Like I was smiling while I was reading this. Like, and I was smiling. I was hyped. I wasn't crying or anything, but that was not the point of this arc. This arc was fun. And I will also tell you this, another fun fact. I know somebody who this arc was his introduction to the Fantastic Four, who is his favorite superhero team.
Oh. Who?
It's a personal friend of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, is there anything else? I think it's just like final thoughts, right?
Let's see. Yeah, there's no more slides after this. So.
Oh, okay. So I think I just want to end this by just talking about what happens afterwards, because there is actually a second appearance of the new Fantastic Four. It's a one-shot issue, and we're not going to cover it for a while. It's called Fantastic Four versus New Fantastic Four.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's in between these two comics. Sue got a new outfit.
The boob window.
The 4 boob window.
This, what are you talking about? You mean the superior outfit? Because like look, jokes aside, I'm all for like fan service, but like the thing is like then she sticks way too much out, considering like the Fantastic Four. The whole point is like their uniforms are pretty. 30 tomorrow. Their uniforms are pretty unified. The only reason why Ben doesn't most of the time wear a shirt is because he's a fucking rock monster. Like so like Ben, it makes sense, but then Sue, like you got the boob window going on. Like okay,
Is that as gratuitous as Kara? But it is kind of stretching it.
Especially with the fact that Sue's a mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you bring in that aspect, like Sue. Look. Again, I'm all for fan service, but your child is right there. You sure you want to be dressing like that, Sue, in front of your child?
You sure you want him to think that's what women dress like?
Well, after this moment, Sue Storm, Sue Richards, she developed a sort of a midlife crisis.
That's funny. Yeah, and then also in between a major event, this is the most major thing because it is kind of the part of the core narrative of New Fantastic Four versus Fantastic Four. Johnny Storm's wife was revealed to be a Skrull.
Yeah, Johnny, you really need to work on the type of woman you're with. Like,
And then basically, apparently, it's that fight, that issue is when they're finally together.
Wow.
They finally kind of reconcile that bit of that. Oh yeah, you disguise yourself as Ben Grimm's girlfriend, and then married me. Well, the real Alicia is like stuck on a Skrull homeworld for God knows how long. and then afterwards, like this is after they get reunited. There was like they couldn't keep Johnny to be happy with a hot Skrull waifu, right? So the way they did this was have Elijah, which is her name, constantly lie to him. No, it's Elijah.
The Skrull.
The Skrull. Oh,
yeah.
Elijah constantly lies to him. Like, first lie, of course, is pretending to be Alicia. Second one is pretending to be pregnant, but turns out to be a Skrull weapon. Third time, stalking Johnny Storm in civilian outfit. In college. And then it seems like they were going on the fence, and then a event happened called Onslaught, and Heroes Reborn happened, and they kind of forgot about that. They kind of swept under the rug. And then she pretended to be Sue Richards to send the Fantastic Four into the negative zone.
Man, the Skrull really like pretending to be Sue.
Yes, apparently. And also, apparently, clearly they have trust issues, okay? But they really need marital counsel.
Oh, they need more than marital. You know what they need? They need an intervention.
They need Jesus.
Frank, we're doing an intervention. We're doing an intervention, Frank.
They need Jesus.
Reed, you've been wearing that foam cowboy hat for weeks now. I can take it off, but I'm good and goddamn ready. Get away!
Yeah, so, any final thoughts? I think we covered the whole event. Actually, before we leave, let's just discuss what do we want for our next comic. Because I know, like in episode 3, we'll be covering, we'll be starting our coverage of the Wonder Woman run by George Perez, which is going to take us until like the end of the year.
Okay.
So we got a July slot.
I
have a suggestion.
Okay, let's hear your suggestion first.
I think it's called the Marvel Fanfare number 18.
Okay.
It's a Captain America comic. That Frank Miller drew.
Okay.
That's apparently one of the best one-shots for Captain America.
Now, when did Frank Miller create this comic?
This was 80. No, and he was not the writer. He was the artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he wasn't crazy. This was before Crazy Steve.
We're not gonna
Before
have.
he went insane.
So this is before we had not Batman fight a terrorist in the Middle East.
Nope. Unless you want us to do Holy Terror next month.
Oh god.
This is before.
How long is Holy Terror?
Holy Terror is like a graphic novel.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a novel's worth. I think it's like a good.
Like if you wanted, we could do a double feature of Holy Terror and Fanfare number 18.
Oh god.
Because they cover actually similar subject matters.
Really?
Like Fanfare number 18, the premise is basically domestic terrorists. I am not telling you anything else.
Okay. Interesting. So Frank was able to pull off Holy Terror better previously.
But he wasn't writing. He was just drawing.
Ah, that explains. So
Again.
so someone else was able to pull off a better Holy Terror than Frank.
Yes. Do you want to do a double feature? Or do you just want to cover one or the other? Or do you want to cover something else? I'm open to any suggestions.
Let's see. Okay. Maybe not July. Maybe another time. Nick, recognize this. It's those. It's like 2 issues from More Than Meets the Eye. It's the one where everyone goes to Swerve's fucking holographic planet.
Okay.
Were you gonna say something now?
I guess if we're throwing around suggestions, in the effort to be to date ourselves and to be topical, at the very least, we can read the story that inspired the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Cap No More.
I was actually planning to read that as part of the whole Mark Grunwald run.
Oh, okay.
That's in the docket. Don't worry. Like in the docket for runs. Like I want to do the whole Mark Grunwald run, which is gonna be long. It's probably gonna take a whole year reading through.
Okay.
Because it's 10 years of comics.
Jeez. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess we could do that as well. Yeah. My recommendation is those 2 issues from More Than Meets the Eye.
All right.
Is
Actually,
yours?
You know how like Cap No More is like what 12 issues?
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Want to do Cap No More and Fanfare number 18?
I mean, I guess. Sure.
And what? Sure, let's just do Cap No More.
Cap No More? Okay.
Yeah, let's do Cap No More just to be like and the subtitle is Better Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I mean, it automatically has less teenagers who who are confused about geopolitical politics. So there's plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna have a bunch of group of teenagers saying we think that the world was a better place during when Thanos fucking snapped half of Earth's population away because we're big brain teenagers. I still don't fucking understand how that works out. The world was better when the snap happened. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
But I do have a gimmick for next month, so don't worry about because we're doing Cap No More. I got something special idea.
All right.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that no one pulled a big brain edgy move and try to compare the blip to Corona.
Oh, we'll talk more about that. So yeah, we're gonna cover Cap No More. Let's see, what issues are there? Let me just check. Like, what's the story arc? Okay. Issue. It goes from. issue 332.
Okay.
To 350.
So it's like less than 20 issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 18 issues.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a month. So this is going to be our first actual test run of seeing how many comics can cover in a month.
All right. So does Cap no more?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to assume... No, wait. Oh, no, next month is June. Oh, yeah, but let's set it for the end of the month.
Okay.
Like last week of June.
All right.
Let's hopefully do it on a Wednesday. All right. So those who will be catching this later on, your homework is going to be pick up through any sources of either buy the comics or read comics online or grab it on Comixology, whatever. Read Captain America 332 to 350. And we'll be covering Cap No More.
All right.
So let's just say goodbye to the audience. Bye.
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 All right.